Hey guys, and welcome to another video with Lykkelilje. This week I am doing something rather new to me, namely a more painterly style. And I haven't done a lot of these drawings in a more painterly style, and this is actually the very first time that I'm filming one of them. I was really nervous going into filming this one because I know that there's a lot of amazing artists out there who's way better than I am in doing digital paintings. And I was really afraid that you guys were going to compare me to some of those artists and saying that I wasn't good enough. But I thought that, oh, what the hell, I'm still learning, and that's probably the same for you guys. So I'm hoping that you don't judge me too much, but this is like the sixth or fifth time that I'm trying to do a more painterly style. I just really love art that is more realistic and the more coloring way, and it's just so impressive how some artists are really skilled in digital painting, and I just wish that I was as good as some of them. But I also know that they have probably practiced like a million times before, and I have only practiced like maybe 20 hours total, so I think it's quite okay where I am. And since one of the things that I really want to improve is my coloring, I thought that doing more digital painting would be a really great idea. I actually made a sketch of this in my sketchbook a few weeks back, and I really loved the sketch. I even posted it on my Instagram, which is very few sketches that I post on Instagram, but I wasn't planning on doing it digitally or finishing actually. But the more I looked at it, every time I went to my Instagram I saw it, and the more I looked at it, I just fell in love with it the more and more, and I decided to make a colored version of it. And for those of you who don't know who this is, her name is Blue Pearl, and she is from the TV show Steven Universe. And if there's some of you who haven't seen this show yet or haven't seen all of the episodes, I'm not going to spoil anything from the show, so don't worry about that. And she's a character that we have seen very little of, but she just seems so cute and so shy and quiet at the same time, but she has a really beautiful character design, so that's why I decided to draw her. Here I am starting to blend out the shadows and the highlight, and at this point I felt really discouraged with my drawing, and I just thought that it looked actually like a piece of crap and I wanted to give up. And it's because it's a very different way of coloring than I'm used to, and especially not having any line art was really hard to me and really weird. But I kept going, and that was because I really wanted to finish the drawing, and I was determined on finishing the drawing even though I knew from the beginning that the drawing was not gonna look as great as some of the big YouTubers or amazing artists that is out there, and that was something I knew from the beginning, but I didn't give up. And even though I'm not totally satisfied with the end result, I'm really happy, as mentioned, that I didn't give up, and I still think that I learned a lot from doing this drawing. And I especially learned a lot about brush settings in Photoshop and what worked for me and what didn't work for me. And I know that I still have a ton to learn, but I am, as mentioned, really determined to improving my coloring skills and in generally my skills in drawing. I also had a lot of fun doing this drawing, and actually it was surprisingly relaxing doing this more painterly style, because you don't have to be 100% precise with your lines, and it's not as when you're doing a stroke, like just one line and line art, and that has to be perfect, because otherwise the drawing will look weird. This was more like just shapes and doing shapes and making the shape look great. And it's actually more relaxing. And the whole drawing took me about 3.5 hours in total, but it did not feel like that, and maybe have felt like 2 hours maximum, I would say. Here I am adding a bit more details. I am adding in a bit more details on the whole drawing just to make it pop more, and at the same time I have also realized that I needed to put in more contrast, and I have added a pink highlight on her left side, and I am in generally doing a more defining work at this point, and the whole process is actually a lot like painting in real life, where you put layers on top of each other, and it's kind of fun. My favorite part of the drawing was the pearl on her chest, and I just wanted the pearl to be perfect, so I looked up a lot of reference photos for pearls, and I looked up video tutorials on how to draw pearls, and I think it ended up really great. And we have actually reached the end of the video and the drawing is done. I really hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you did, please remember that I post a new video every Friday, but if you want to be updated more frequently, I also have a Facebook and an Instagram. And if you want to buy my art, I also have a Redbubble shop, all which there will be a link for down in the description below. And until next time, take care and bye bye!